Hey everybody, welcome back to the deal. I see some familiar faces in the chat as per usual, and I appreciate you guys joining us again and again and again because you guys are becoming my friends, and that's really special. Big T in the house. I love that as a nickname. What's up, y'all? Welcome back to the deal. I'm gonna give people like one more second to come in before we do all our introductions. How was everybody's long weekend if you had one? How was your Monday if you didn't? Hey, people are excited. All right, sick. So this is the deal. I'm your host, Tia Gordon. I am the playlist manager here at BeatStars, and this is the show about highlighting the community that's joined the BeatStars family by way of signing to BeatStars Publishing. BeatStars recently teamed up with our lovely partners over at Sony ATV, which is the leading global publisher, and they've worked with the likes of Beyonce, Drake, Beyonce. Like I'm not sure I need to say any more than Beyonce, but Drake, Kanye. So in a nutshell, with BeatStars Publishing, we're able to help our roster with admin services like registering copyrights and collecting royalties, as well as placing songs with artists and other producers. So you already know that BeatStars is always here to support our community, and this is just another way to do that. For more information, you can check out beatstars.com/publishing. If you're interested in us representing you, there is an application form you can fill out. Last week, I got to speak to Manny Manhattan and Mari Tang, so you could check out that interview as well as all of our BeatStars content on YouTube, including tips and tricks. Don't forget to subscribe. There's tons of new uploads all the time, so you want to make sure that you're getting notified. This week, you can see the lovely people on my screen here. We've got GC and JTraxx. I just want to welcome you guys to the BeatStars family, and thank you so much for hanging out with me today. I'm going to unmute your mic so everybody can hear y'all. I just want an intro. So who are you and where are you from and how did you get started in music? And whoever wants to go first, it's a free-for-all. You see you're pointing at.
So my name's Gary, also known as GC, the producer. I've been a member of BeatStars for around 3 years. I've also been in the music game as a producer for 3 years as well, so same amount of time. I'm from Liverpool, United Kingdom. And yeah, I like to produce all sorts of genres. So as I was saying to Tia before, whatever inspires me in the moment. I just like making music. And yeah, good to be on the show.
Fire. We're so excited to have you, especially because it's dinner time where you're at. So
yeah,
thank you for taking time out of, nourishing yourself to talk to us. JTraxx, what about you? Give me a rundown where you're from, all that good stuff.
Hi, my name is JTraxx. I'm from New York. I like to produce a lot of hip hop, music that's really that we listen to a lot out here in New York. But I always like to fusionize it with other genres either. So hip hop plus anything else.
Got it. Hip hop is your baseline, and
hip hop is my base.
Yes.
But I'll add anything to hip hop, and it'll, just try to create whatever.
I know that GC said he's been with the BeatStars community for 3 years.
I've been in BeatStars community. I keep it 100. I've been in BeatStars since like 4 or 5 years already, since they first launched. But I never was on top of my page, it was crazy. But now I'm really on BeatStars, so now people will be seeing at least exclusive beats from me, at least every day or every other day. But now I'm rocking BeatStars 100.
Saying you're a day one.
Day one. I swear to God, I've been on BeatStars since day one, but I never focus on the BeatStars, And that's one thing I spoke with Craig. I'm like, damn, man, I never paid attention, man. So, but now
I want to talk about how your career has been shaped or influenced since you started, actually putting in time and what it looked like from when you weren't putting in time to now, being that you're signed with us, like both of you. I want to hear that perspective. So JTraxx, since you already touched the subject, go ahead.
Well, back then, it was we had, when we start, you got to grind, you got to find that sound. You have to really show people who you are, so like back then I was just looking for a platform, that we could display our beats as producers, and we didn't have nothing until BeatStars came. So when BeatStars came, we're like, oh, okay. Now we have, we getting noticed that producers, you need instrumentals or, you know, to listen to. People got to write. So I was I was a musician. Then now really dedicated. I have like five years really dedicated to producing hard body. Like I was with a group back then, so I wasn't really focused on my production like me as in a JTraxx. So
Right.
now I'm really on it.
You're putting the time in.
Yeah.
When you first started on BeatStars versus now, like what did you do to be more active and upload and show people your personality? What did that look like for you?
I really had to change my sound. Like how I came out, how I market myself, how I promote myself. You know, what style I'm bringing. What's something new that, what new sound that you're gonna bring. Because everybody always wait for that new sound. So
That was you. That was you. What about you, GC? What was your process, and how have you really utilized BeatStars to grow your career? Because you got some crazy numbers across multiple platforms. So let's see what that looks like.
Yeah, so with me, I knew I wanted to get my work out there at an early stage. So I mean, I started producing around 12 years old. It's kind of on and off kind of thing, and life got busy with university and stuff. But then 2017 came around, and I thought, I'm seeing these producers online, and they've got quite a big catalog, and they've got a lot of traction behind them. So I thought maybe I could one day be on their level, and I just started uploading beats. I don't know what I was making. I had like trash ass beats at the time, but I was just putting anything on YouTube, just trying to get my name out there. I wasn't even decided on my branding yet, but yeah, uploaded my first couple of beats, and I thought, I have to carry on doing this. And I seen the results through YouTube, and people were like hitting me up, actually saying that they want to buy beats. At the time, everyone knows, JTraxx knows this. When you get the email or the DM for your first sale, you're like, bro, I can really do this. No way. So
I love that.
yeah, so I was just like, I've got to carry on with this. And ever since, it turned into like a daily grind for me. And when I say grind, it's not something that I don't enjoy. Obviously, it's I put my passion into this. And 2018 Christmas came around, and I left my job, my full-time job at the bank, and I decided to be a producer, like a full-time producer, without seeing any sort of like consistent results. I was like, I've got to do this. I've got to make this work. But yeah, my background, I've always been a musician. Like I started on drums. I've been a drummer of over 10 years now. Dabble around on the keys, but I just want to be a music producer. So BeatStars actually gave me that opportunity, because there's nothing around like BeatStars. I mean, we had SoundClick back then, back in the days, but obviously that's redundant now, and BeatStars has absolutely taken over the game. So that's kind of like my story condensed into a couple of years.
I love that. With BeatStars, you could literally wake up and decide you want to be a producer, and you have that opportunity to connect to whoever you want. And it's just how much effort and energy you put into it. I saw, GC, you had, I think it's either on your bio or you had tweeted this. You said, I chose music over dentistry, law, and finance, and disappointed every Asian parent.
Yeah.
I'm kind of interested if you can speak to like cultural pressures, if you actually had any, and what that meant for you to step into the world of music, and just for the people at home, because I know a lot of people deal with those pressures. Like, I come from a Jamaican background, so like my family doesn't understand me doing anything, music influenced. What was that like for you, and what advice would you have for anybody?
I think I'm in a bit more of a advantage to say more traditional Asian families who have grown up in the Far East, because I'd class myself as a British born Asian. So I've been here all my life, all 28 years of my life. And Surprisingly, my parents, because they've been absorbed in Western culture for as long as I can remember, they're not actually as strict as I thought they would be. And growing up, I think it's the maturity that I've shown them, and to be able to show them that I can be decisive and make decisions by myself has ultimately led to them, trusting me with, whatever decisions I have to make. And so Asians in general, there's the stereotype, and it is true for, I'd say, maybe 80% of Asian families. The parents want their kids to be, in white collar professions like the ones that I mentioned, dentistry, law. I actually have a degree in accounting and finance.
Wow.
And so, after every time I came back home from my job, it was like I was unhappy, and I knew that I was making my parents unhappy by showing them that I was unhappy, and they didn't want to see that, and I obviously don't want to see them upset with that. So they were like, if you really want to you're young, if you really want to give it a go with music, you may as well give it your all and just dedicate 100% of your time, focus, and energy on it. And literally, I remember it was before Christmas. It was 2018 that I left the job, and I didn't know whether this was going to work. And I just literally put the grind in, day out. When I told them about the sales that I was getting people liking my craft, that, I was getting these numbers on social media, they were like, they didn't gas me up or anything. They were just like, cool, stick with it. And I was like, oh, okay. So carried on doing it. And that's pretty much, regardless, deep down inside, they're really proud of you, as you could, with ethnic minority, well, just like Asian parents in general, if you do something that they don't like, but you do it well, deep down, they're really going to be happy later on. And that's better than upsetting them by them seeing you upset, unhappy doing a job that you don't like, if that makes sense.
It makes perfect sense. Shout out to your parents, man. You got me a little teary-eyed over here. I don't know.
Oh yeah.
I can't take it. That's so
sweet. It's sick.
And I'm very happy that you have a support system that's allowed you to flourish in your craft. What about you, JTraxx? Can you speak to any of these experiences at all, or do you have any advice for people who may be going against the grain with their family because people don't understand what the music industry looks like?
I had a similar situation. My parents is Dominican, so when they first came here, Dominicans was like, you had to work or you was going back. So when my last job that I had was Skechers, and my mom was just gotta work, and I was always on my piano. Like, I wasn't doing no schoolwork at all. I was just music. She's like, no, you gotta work. When you grow up, this is what you gotta do, But she later understood when I made my first $5,000. I'm like, Mom, look. She's like, what the hell? Are you selling drugs? I'm like, no, I sold the beat. I'm like, no, it was a beat. And I couldn't believe it. It was $5,000. So from there, I was working at Skechers. I was selling sneakers. I quit after that first, but after that $5,000, like, that's it, like, oh my God, what I did, I just quit my job. So this is where now I had to really dedicate, like, okay, the music is what you want. So, it's not always going to be like good days, like money flowing every day. But, you got to put your grind, you got to grind it. So from there, I just decided to stay and just grind it out. I haven't worked since, that was my last really paid job, But from there, I just music, dedicated. And, from now, she's good with it, She's good with the results that's been coming out. So I'm okay with it.
Yeah, I mean, the two of you have lived to tell the tale. You are living proof of what focusing on your craft and the thing you love, what it can do for you. And fast forward from all these years, 2017, 2018, when you guys started really figuring it out, you guys are signed to a publishing deal with BeatStars and the leading global music publisher. So round of applause for y'all.
Music industry is changing, so we needed this. It's
Yes.
Changing every day. The music industry changes, and I tell a lot of people, like, man, we learn every day. There's stuff that you learn every day, different. So you get BeatStars, and thank God BeatStars is looking out for the producers. We got somebody.
There's not a lot of spots in this industry that care about y'all, so this is a good home base. I want to know what you guys are looking forward to when it comes to your publishing deal with us, and what you're really hopeful for in terms of your career going forward. And either one of you can take the lead on that.
Me, I'm really, like, I wanted to organize myself. Like, I had tons of tracks everywhere, and I swear to God, I had different labels want to sign me, but I never wanted a artist or producer deal like that. I just wanted like a publishing deal. Like, I want to just sit down and make music. I don't want, like, I just want a company that is just for producers. Like, they just want to get content. Music is gonna stay forever. Forever, you're gonna need a producer. Forever, you need music content. So I think BeatStars is the best platform right now for me to be organized and keep me updated, because if you go on the BeatStars, you got to listen to them beats that other producers is doing, and it's competition out there. It makes you just it motivates you. Once I go in there, I just get motivated and listen to more. And it makes me just go back home and work on my craft.
And I love that you said that getting organized piece too, because there's a lot of people who don't have a team, they don't have a manager, they don't have anybody overseeing, and when you just want to be in there and create and pump music out, where does it all sit? Where do I get to put this? Like, who gets to hear this? So signing with BeatStars Publishing kind of gives you that opportunity to have your things admin, get all your ducks in a row. What about you, GC? What are you looking forward to?
Well, with the publishing, it's good that it's like a collaboration between BeatStars and Sony ATV, because as JTraxx said, it's all about organization. And I like the fact that obviously having publishing admin is going to help with the difficult task of collecting royalties and etc. when and if you land placements and things that are going to generate big numbers. But with me, I'm just lazy. So if and whenever I get a placement, then I'm pretty sure that I can put the Sony publishing deal to good use. And obviously, people like Cami from the team have been emailing me with opportunities, placement opportunities that BeatStars have been searching for. So I'm grateful for that. But it's all on us as well. So as JTraxx said, you really have to put the work in. There's competition out there. If there's opportunity for placements, and you want the publishing deal to help to be helpful to your advantage, then you still have to put the work in. Absolutely. And grind for those opportunities. So it is there for me. I just need to stop being so lazy. But yeah,
tell them, GC, tell them that laziness will kill you. It will.
Yeah.
And I'm really grateful for structure. So Jasmine, who heads our marketing department here, has me laying out my day and just breaking down what I need to do every single day throughout the week so I can optimize my time. So I'm curious, what does the day-to-day look like for you guys in terms of creation and uploading and fun, all that?
Well, for me, right. I used to do it every day, but sometimes now I do it I work every other day just to give myself a bit more of a work-life balance. But a typical day for me would be kind of maybe 8 to 9 hours worth of working. I'd just be spend a couple of early hours working on last night's idea, and then I move on to a new project. Spend a couple hours in the afternoon uploading to social, BeatStars and YouTube, and then work on a new idea to start the following morning, and then finish off in the evening with some reading and some research. So that's mine.
What do you research?
Usually what's new in the music industry, industry news with music. If it's not about music, then it's definitely about like self-development and improving myself, because I'm definitely way into that stuff.
I love to hear that, because like the comment that we just saw by Bird here is complacency will kill you. So when you have to constantly evolve in your craft, and making sure that you carve out time in your day to do something like that is super important. What about you, JTraxx?
I wake up to look messages from what's out from like everybody, like studio. Are you gonna be in the studio?
I like that you came with the visual.
my WhatsApp be like wilding in the morning. So I got 2 kids. I first I say hi to my kids. Then I just start reading all these, start sending beats, new creations that I have, ideas. That's in the morning, Then in the afternoon I come to the studio. Every day I swear to God. Well, my doctor, I just got sick, and the doctor told me to stay away from the studio for a month, and I just can't. I can't.
Now, sir, I hope that's not no COVID.
Not hell no.
Studio, kind sir.
Thank God. But I wasn't resting. I've been just grinding. I swear to God, I've been grinding hard with the music. So I wasn't resting, eating good, and thank God, because the results is in. I never knew I did so many tracks, and so like in 3 years that I've been going hard, that now a lot of songs that I produced back then are coming out now, and I'm like, what the hell? I did that? Like when I did that?
Yeah.
So I just try to grind every day. So now I'm in the studio. I gotta go to another studio. I just try to stay busy with the music. It's all I do, music.
Saying you got a packed schedule.
I have an artist too I'm managing. He's out in Dominican Republic. So I also like to start up new artists. I do consulting.
Shout out, what's his name?
I have Little Dollar. Shout out Little Dollar. He's out there in DR right now. We're recording 2 movies. Little Dollar, yes.
Shout out to him.
Yes.
So I want to know, GC, you touched on this when you said you're doing research, but and then JTraxx, you said that you listen to other people's beats and kind of scan the market. So what do you look for, or what do you try to do to improve like your own tracks? So when you hear something or you read something that is intriguing to you, how do you one up that and turn it into your own? Who want to go first? I'm gonna pick on you, GC, to be honest.
Got me there. Well, if it's to do with music, then I don't know. It could be anything like a tutorial or like an article, like talking about best practices for online musicians and online producers. But I try to, because there's so much, we're confronted with so much information every day. There's only so much you can read, right? So I only take bits from the article that would be helpful for me, and I just put that in my notes, and like in my notes app on my iPhone or whatever, and then just keep that stuff in mind, and just keep on coming back to it until it becomes a new habit or a helpful habit for me, and then just rinse and repeat, pretty much.
I love that. What about you, JTraxx? What does looking at the market look like for you?
I just try to stay updated. I don't know, just try to create always. Stay updated with what's out there now in the market. So I don't know, I just like listening to different stuff, man.
Heard you. No sweat there. Just like staying on top of what's current and then trying to make it evolve. That's the point of you being in the studio for 8-9 hours a day and not resting and getting yourself sick, sir.
Yeah.
I'm
sorry, my audio you just left like for a few. I'm sorry. So sorry.
It's okay. I was just calling you out for not resting or taking care of yourself. Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay, sick. Okay, so I want to know if you guys can tell me a little bit of your own personal hacks for using BeatStars, how to get the best out of BeatStars, and how to connect with the team. Who want to go first? GC will go first. Sick.
Yeah. Well, I'll start off with an interesting one actually. A recent tutorial, like an Instagram post by, I think it was Levi Beats.
He's in the chat right now.
He's in the chat right now. Shout out to Levi Beats. Big up UK. Yeah, so I think it was him that posted something about playlists being quite a useful resource within BeatStars and a useful resource in getting your work exposed as much as possible to people who are browsing the website, because I believe you have tags as well with playlists, and so when people are searching for things, that's going to make it a lot easier for them to come across your work rather than just go on your profile and see whatever you have. It's playlists actually. It's just it gets your work out there a lot easier. So that's definitely one of the big ones about BeatStars. And then obviously if the pro page for producers, it's like a all-in-one package, and you really can't go wrong with it. It's got everything that you need to start making music, start getting your music out there, start selling it, start getting it to potential customers and artists. So they're the two features that I like for the producer side of things.
Fire. And just to speak to the playlist, like, guys, I'm so new here and I'm still getting acquainted with everybody's work, but one thing that I really love is exactly what you just said, what playlisting can do for somebody, and the traction on their music. I'm really excited to be able to support some of you who have tons of plays and some of you who have never had any, and definitely keep an eye out, because we're going to be making a lot of changes with the playlist, and I can't wait to get you guys on there. But what about you, JTraxx? I want to hear about some of your tips and tricks and hacks.
I like the playlist. I like the collaborating with different producers that you never, like GC. He's from UK. I'm in New York. This is a good connect. Different sound. I like now that we have in the playlist. It breaks it down. You have dancehall, hot, little dirt. Like little baby type beats. What people's looking for. Now I really like like GC said. I like the playlist. Now I'm really with the playlist stuff because it breaks it down. You're really breaking it down. That's what people's really looking for. Dance hall. The top tracks. So those are my best features on that.
Absolutely. And what about like tips and tricks to getting your music heard more in terms of maybe advertising or utilizing other social media? Like, I know, GC, you are killing it on YouTube. I think I saw like you had a track that streamed up like 3 mil. You've got 100K subscribers on there, 60K on BeatStars. So how have you used that to help grow out your platform?
Well, I'll be honest, I've never actually used any ads or ads of any sort across social media. So this is 100% organic.
Wow.
100% organic on IG, on YouTube, on BeatStars. And I'm a big advocate of that, but obviously that's not going to work for everyone. So I'd say you can experiment with ads. I've done it before, but only for like a day. I mean, but you can do like a paid ad campaign on there's BeatStars' own ad system. There's Google AdWords and Facebook ads, and Instagram ads is a good one actually, which I need to try, and I think people should do more of that, because as far as I'm aware, you can target a certain demographic, so a certain age bracket, where listeners are based, what's down to the genre that they're into, and you can really zone in and get your beats or songs heard by certain people, so to ensure that you're not wasting your money on just like any sort of customer.
I'm so happy that you said all of those things, because I think some people are under the impression that they can, make their beat and upload it, and that's all I gotta do. But there's so many users on here, guys. So you gotta do what you can to stick out. Like what I really love about your work, GC, is that people have the opportunity to find you in multiple places, and you've kind of got this like chill vibe on lock. Like you really have a sound, and it's very distinct, so it makes it easy for people to come back to you. What about you, JTraxx? Do you use ads or anything to push your work? Are you posting constantly? What's it look like for you?
Right now I just did my first ad with BeatStars, and I was shocked with the response. I'm like, oh my god, my playlist, went up. People's adding. I was starting to get more comments now. I never made an ad to my beats. Like I was listening to GC what he's saying, and the YouTube I never. I usually didn't like to put my beats on YouTube because sometimes people was copying and like you lose it. So now on BeatStars, you could really, do your beats and put it up on BeatStars and promote it on BeatStars. Use the ad, So I think the ads with the BeatStars, that's where I'm going for now. And I never work with ads. So BeatStar ads, I will be,
There's no turning back.
Nah. I love it. So now I just did my first ads. I never done ads before, so I think it's a good platform right there with the ads.
Well, you made it very far without them, so let's see what happens after you start using them, huh?
Thank you. Yes.
I also want to talk to you, JTraxx. Actually, you've got a pretty extensive background in terms of your creating. I read that you're Emmy nominated.
Yeah.
And that you also have this really when I read this, I was like, what? So the Joanna song, by Afrobeat, you got to cut the remix for Ozuna, right?
Yeah.
And that's got over 10 million views. I want to know how you got the Ozuna remix and the Emmy nomination, because that's some crazy shit.
It was crazy because I was working with Afrobeat. And Afrobeat's from the UK, it's Africa. This guy is, like when he came with that Afro, I'm like, what the heck? Like he was teaching me this new rhythm. So he was like, look, I got this record, Joanna. It was big out here in New York. So Funk Flex brought him with DJ Lobo. So I'm working with Funk Flex, and I work with DJ Lobo. So like, what can we do with this record to take it to another, give it another color? I grew up with Ozuna. We from the same, now he's like big. This guy's big. So Afrobeat was like, can we give it a little Latin feel? Because they did the French Montana remix. He did a remix with, I guess, Snoop Dogg. There's a couple of remixes going down. But I really wanted to change the beat up and everything. So he gave me that chance to do like a Latin remix along with the guys, and we got Ozuna on it. When we did it, and I swear to God, I'm gonna keep it 100 with you. We did this song 2 years ago. 2 years ago,
wow.
And now is that it came out 2 years ago, and now is that
wow.
It's out, and we just couldn't. It's big. It's going big again. It's charting again, Joanna now. With the Latin market.
And that was a song 2 summers ago, maybe now.
2 summers.
Where it was big, so that song was everywhere. I can only imagine what's gonna happen.
It's number 1 right now in Dominican Republic. It's getting
and Ivory Coast.
Yeah, so we about to go. My first gold record.
A big congratulations to you for that. I want to know about your Emmy nomination, because how many producers get to say that? Go ahead.
I couldn't believe it. My Emmy nomination was for I did a jingle for Univision Radio.
Mm-hmm.
And it was supposed to be a jingle, but the beat was so dope that they was just playing the commercial.
Go ahead.
I couldn't believe it. They was just playing commercial because of the beat and the artist that we put on it. Like nobody knew us, so the commercial ran for the whole year.
Wow.
A whole year. So yeah, I got Emmy nominated for the longest running jingle on radio. I couldn't believe it.
I need some clapping hands in the chat, because I don't see enough of this. This is hard work. And also, just to talk about the Osuna track, you said you did it 2 years ago. Like, that's a testament of like patience, because that stuff doesn't happen overnight. You don't just create the song, it doesn't just drop. Like, that's amazing, and I'm so like happy to be able to talk to you about that, and happy that you got to experience that.
Thanks. I got a track with City Girls. Well, it hasn't came out yet, you know,
okay.
So I'm waiting for it. Yeah.
Okay, you're gonna have the quarantine clubs a little turn.
Yeah.
So are there any other exciting things that either of you are working on? I know you just said City Girls. I don't know if you could top that one, GC. I don't know. What are you working on?
I don't have as much credibility as JTraxx, just completely off the record. But so that, yeah, definitely respect, bro. That's amazing. But yeah, no, I mean, as I said, I'm kind of lazy. Like this whole beat, yeah, I'm just really busy, like day to day, trying to build my catalog, because I mean my catalog's quite small in comparison to a lot of producers on BeatStars. So
you probably don't even know how many people started songs with your beats, man.
Hey,
you probably don't even know how many people done songs with your music on YouTube. You know,
to be honest, I know there's a lot. So yeah, you're right. I just don't know how many in total, but yeah, I'm just doing that day to day. Like I said, like I really like to take a proper shot at the American industry, and the placement industry, but I can't bring myself to stop this pattern of uploading to, just building my catalog and uploading beats online. So I think I'm going to take it one step at a time, and see what other opportunities are coming for me in 2021.
I love that, and it just sounds like nothing but great things for the both of you. I want to get into sharing some of your music. I don't know if you guys want to rock, paper, scissors for who I'm going to play first.
Doesn't matter.
Let's start. Who y'all want to hear first? GC or JTraxx? 5, 4, 3, 2. I'm getting no answers. I'm gonna go with JTraxx to start. Now I know you sent me a very lengthy list of songs, but we're definitely gonna have to pick.
I like Shine. That's my latest.
Shine. You want to start there? Tell me about this song. Why you made it? How it came to be.
That one, Shining. I just heard it. It has the new style, that drill, the UK drill. It has R&B, it has trap soul, it has little vocal samples. Like it has a little bit of everything, yeah. So you'll listen to it. It has a little bit of like drill with R&B, trap, hip hop. Got some little samples, vocals.
Okay.
So I don't know, it's different. It's like,
all right, let's see what's going on. Without further ado, here is Shining by JTraxx. Okay, I wasn't sure where we were about to go with that beat because you done said so many damn genres.
Yes.
Not know what to expect, but that was dope. That was like mad chill.
Yeah, it's a chill track here. That's a chill.
I like that a lot. That's fire. Okay. Which one you want to play next?
I like that Evil.
This one here, the ASAP Rocky type beat. How'd this one come to be? Why'd you make
It
this?
sounds like grimy. I don't know. It's grimy. You could tell. It's
my face.
Yeah, it's like some ASAP type that, you know, ASAP does them different dark beats. ASAP beats don't sound like nobody else. ASAP has like his own style of beats. He likes dark.
Facts.
That sounds like the ASAP. It's called
Evil. Let's without further ado, Evil. Sick. That went hard. That went mad hard. Y'all, I see you in the chat with the sound, but you got to remember that we're streaming on Twitch, YouTube, Facebook. I don't got the subwoofers or nothing for you in your home. So,
I think I heard somebody
Anyway, fire, hard, screwed my face up for sure. Which one are we gonna go with next?
We
could pick 3 more.
Let's pick a dance hall.
All right.
Something different. Buena.
This one? All right.
Yeah.
So anything you want to say about this one? It's just a vibe?
Yeah, it's a dance hall vibe.
All right.
Caribbean. To my Caribbean.
Let's do it. Okay, so now I saw GC turning up in the corner there. So you already know what that means. That means that was fire. And I love how much room you had on that that beat. It definitely had more room than the first two. So when you think about like dancehall artists and what they do with their voice and how they play with songs and rhythms.
They get like their intros and not too long now. Now they cutting down the intros. Like
I know, but the dancehall intros are like key though.
Yeah. That's where the hook starts now. Yeah.
Okay, let's go. We got two more.
Oh, 2 more?
Yeah, what you want to pick?
Something different.
I'm kind of interested in this Megan Thee Stallion beat.
Oh yeah. A lot of. Damn, I got an updated version, but. Damn.
Okay, we could skip it and we could.
No, put that.
Play it
because people is loving that one.
All right, let's do it. I know that says Megan Thee Stallion, right? But I'm gonna say that's a Flo Milli beat right there. I don't know if y'all are listening to Flo Milli yet, but she would probably hop on that and kill that. So that was fire.
Oh, that's fire. That's fire.
Not this.
I think it just sounded kind of ratchet, like a clubby, you know, like them booty shit. I don't know.
It's the perfect amount of ratchet, and that if you haven't listened to Flo Milli yet, I'm gonna need you to check that out.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna check that out. No, my boy just telling me, yeah, he Flo Milli.
Your boy agrees. Thank you. Appreciate you. All right, what we got? We got one more. How are you gonna exit this? Pick the hardest one. I love that you can't choose between your work.
Let me see, Cash. I like that Cash.
All right.
It's like the baby type.
Is that your final answer?
Yeah.
All right.
Yes.
So this is Cash. This will be the last track we're playing by JTraxx, and we're gonna move into GC.
This one here.
Wow, I asked you to end it all strong. I don't think we could have gone any stronger than that. That was hard.
Thank you.
Not everybody in the chat debating with me about not Flo Milli, talking about some mulatto.
Mulatto. I heard of mulatto. That's that girl. Yeah, I heard of mulatto.
Yeah, some mulatto type beats would be fine right now.
I like Cardi and Megan. But yeah, there ain't nobody. Those are my girls.
Thank you so much for sharing those with us. I really appreciate it. I'm excited to hear whatever else you got coming up.
Yes, I want to hear GC.
Yeah, GC. It's on you now, friend. Let's get this up. All right. GC, let me unmute you so we can. There we go. All right. Do you want to play them in order? Is there something you prefer to start with? Okay. Do you want to tell me about this first track, Milk?
Yeah, I made this last year, and it's kind of like a R&B, very slow tempo, a nice little chord progression.
All right, let's get into it.
That's pretty much it.
GC on the track, boy. GC on the track, boy.
Strong start. Everybody's feeling that. Chat's going up. Chat is going up.
I don't know if you guys have heard of is Breland? Is that how you pronounce it?
Breland? I'm not sure.
Oh, okay. Well, he's like an R&B artist, and he made a dope track to it. with my bro Tev as well on Instagram. But yeah, it's called Honest.
Wow.
Yeah.
Drop the link. We should hear it.
Definitely.
All right, so let's do Pretty, and you've tagged this as Pink Sweats. So I'm assuming this is gonna have like a guitar vibe to it. No, yes.
Yeah, it's an acoustic.
Okay.
Yeah, like an acoustic R&B.
GC on the track, boy. GC on the track, boy.
It's like a singer-songwriter type
Yeah.
of.
I think my favorite part of this entire show has been watching you two dance to each other's music. That is like making my heart, making my day. It's been the best part.
Respect.
All right, let's do Gold. This is a Drake type beat. All right, let's get into it.
GC on the track, boy. GC on the track, boy.
Somebody said, getting entangled to this vibe tonight.
What? Oh yeah.
Now, what have we learned thus far this year about what entanglements can do to somebody? And for you to put yourself in that position, J-Myth, mad. All right, fire. It had like a little, it wasn't like, it's not bounce music, but it had that like bounce to it. You know what I mean? So you've so far, you've given me a lot of sunny day vibes, and I really appreciate that. All right, Neighbors.
GC on the track, boy. GC on the track, boy.
Okay, live instrumentation. That sounded really fire. Tell me about that last beat and how or when or why you made that.
Berry is like a slow kind of, almost like romantic type guitar beat. I literally just came up with it on the spot, and it ended up being like one of my most listen to beats. So I made it last year.
Fire. I see some people in the chat talking about some Beats by Bird said, Tia, plug him with me. Now, sir, you see
Okay.
that at name tagged under his name? You got to slide a little DM to that for the caption. All right.
Me, bro.
Yeah, DM him. All right, y'all. I just want to know if you could give anybody any piece of advice when it comes to creating and what they should stick to. Please share it now before we head out.
Okay, so my advice, I know we've talked a lot about grinding and like success and like getting what's yours, but lately, and I've been talking to a lot of producers like my bro Tantu Beats. Don't know if you guys know him, but we've been talking about getting that balance between work and life, and it's very important because that's the real flex here. It's not about, oh, we got to get that bag, we got to get that money, because life is long enough, touch wood, for you to work and get that money or whatever it is that you want to get in life and achieve your goals. You don't want to get burnt out because it's hard to recover from fatigue and burnout. Make sure that you guys are looking after yourself. And this job, for some, I mean, I know for me, it's a lonely job. And for me, it requires sitting down for like more than 9 hours a day. But you got to make sure that you're looking after your mind, your body, and your soul as well. Make sure that you're doing your exercise. Make sure that you take care of your mental health, and just make sure that if you're not inspired or you don't get you don't feel inspired in the moment, make sure you take the time off. Just take some time off and come back to it, and don't let anyone pressure you into working if you don't want to. So that's definitely my most important piece of advice.
That was so genuine and lovely, and honestly just the truth. Like, burnout is super real, and if it's not something that you've experienced, I don't wish it on anybody. But definitely take care of yourself. What about you, JTraxx? What's your piece of advice?
I'm just reading somebody say I need GC as a life coach.
I know it's
GC, I need you too as a life coach, bro, because what you just said is like so 100, bro. Like, I was beating myself up, and it's true. You gotta make sure mentally if you mentally you're not good, or your body is not, feels crazy. The same thing you create is gonna reflect on how you feeling right there. So, I was in that same place that I was all wilding. So now it's true. Like, mentally, you have to rest, get your rest up, and make sure, don't take. It doesn't matter if you get a no from anybody. Like, I've gotten no's from a lot of people. Like, not every day is gonna be So I just keep it like that. And I need just GC as a life coach, bro.
I would listen to GC on like a meditation app. If you ever wanted to record a string of meditations, I would.
He just said something that it's like I pictured it because I was going through the same thing. So it just like erased. I went blank right now. Because GC, and it's true. I'm mentally, like, you need that rest. And he's like so calm, man. I don't know, man.
BeatStars life coach. That's him and his personal development that he said he was doing. I hope you guys were taking some
notes. What book is that, yo?
Yeah, what are you reading? What are some books you could share for personal development if you have any?
Right now I'm reading Dave Ramsey's, what is it? Basically, he's like big on like building financial independence and wealth. I think it's 7 Baby Steps to Wealth or something. And yeah, just anything that you can find, podcasts, audiobooks, do your research on it. And I'm sure you'll find some books that'll help you get to a better place.
We're gonna have to appoint you as the BeatStars community, maybe not therapist, but just support staff or something. Like, you could just send out random pieces of encouragement throughout the day.
I think we need more of that, definitely.
Yeah, that's true.
So I'm gonna take some questions, but before we wrap up with each other, I want you guys to name one producer that everybody should be looking out for, other than yourselves, of course.
Oh, sorry. I thought you were talking to people in the chat.
Oh, no. I want y'all to tell me. Yeah.
To recommend a producer, sorry.
Yeah, just one. Who's next?
There's a guy, I don't know if he sells beats anymore, but he's called Aluid Haller.
Okay.
I believe he's from South Korea, and he's real fire.
Can you spell that out? So maybe people in the chat, I'll just drop it in the chat. Do you know?
Yeah, Aluid is ILLUID.
Mm-hmm.
And Haller is HALLER. I think that's how you say it.
Okay. Let me just drop that in there. All right. What about you, JTraxx? One up-and-coming producer that everyone should look out for.
I got I like Young Taylor.
Young Taylor?
Yeah, he good. And I got this other kid, Made by Mars. They are the up-and-coming. Made by Mars, Young Taylor.
Young Taylor, like TAYLOR?
Yeah, he's on BeatStars. He's actually on BeatStars. Yeah,
right.
That kid is nice. Cash Money AP, you already know everybody likes him, so I like him too. He's like, I'm a fan. I'm gonna keep it real. I'm a fan of producers. I'm not a fan of artists. I like producers.
Well, producers shape the music. We know that. We've been on that.
I'm a fan of producers. I like producers, man.
Mm-hmm. All right, y'all. Anybody in the chat with questions for JTraxx and GC? Now is your time, or forever hold your peace, unless you want to go find them in the DMs after all is said and done. We'll give them a second. I just really appreciate you guys for hanging out today. You dropped some really great knowledge. This is actually I've only done a few interviews to date, but this has probably been my favorite, most insightful one thus far. So I really appreciate everything you've shared with me today. Questions, anybody? Anybody got any questions? Give it a moment. I saw some earlier, but we've since lost them. Somebody said already found them. They're gonna message you guys. Bird said that. No questions, y'all. That means we covered everything. We answered everything you wanted to know today. Is that what y'all are telling me right now? All right, I'm gonna take it. Okay, guys. Well, I guess that's the end of that today. I really appreciate you joining us. Thank you for hanging out. We look forward to everything you're about to do in this new wave. Thank you for signing with BeatStars and picking us, and we're happy to have you home.
Thank you, guys.
Y'all. I'll see you in the playlist.
All right. Thank you.